This monkey is getting bullied. But why?
Why you bully me?
Well, you see, this is Punch, a Japanese macaque whose mother, immediately after giving birth to him, went out for milk and cigarettes. So already not off to a great start in life, and things would not be getting easier for Punch. You see, he was born in captivity at Japan's Ichikawa Zoo, which meant that he was then introduced to the rest of the macaque population alone. No parents, no friends, nothing. But surely, it's all up from here. He might be alone now, but at least he can start making friends with his fellow primates, right? Yeah, unfortunately, macaques treat the new kid in school about as well as Family Guy treats Meg. These guys have a very complex social hierarchy, and not unlike high school, it is enforced with bullying. So far, Punch has been smacked, dragged, and bitten, basically to tell him that he can't sit with them at their lunch table. And the bullying he cops is made worse by the fact there's no one to protect him because his mum, you know. And then after jumping him, they won't even let him get a fucking hug. Now, faced with such adversity, a lesser monkey would crumble and try to leave. But making the story infinitely sadder, Punch runs off to the closest thing to family he has. A plush orangutan gifted to him by the zookeepers to try and replace his mum. When stressed, he hugs it and tries to get it to hug him back. No, I'm not fucking crying. Someone's cutting onions in here.
She's actually pretty good at that.
However, despite the absolutely horrendous character development he's gone through, Punch has finally managed to start making some friends. Which is good, because for a monkey, he got off light. Had he been born a chimp, when they don't like one another, they rip each other's testicles off with their fucking teeth. BMW, yet the car company, has an emu farm. But what the fuck do the Germans want with our steroid chickens? Well, you see, a lot of complex parts have to come together to build a car. I mean, your transmission, your engine. I would say indicators, but we are talking about BMW here. However, the first thing you'll notice about a car is usually the simplest: the paint. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how nice your car is. If the paint's peeling off like a banana, people are going to assume it's a fucking shitbox. And that's why car companies put a lot of time and research into making sure the paint stays on your car while you slide it sideways into a tree. One of the best ways to do that is fucking clean it. See, anything that isn't wiped off the car gets stuck under the paint when it's applied, which fucks up adhesion by moving around. And even the tiniest particles of dust can fuck it all up. So, the Germans pondered, what is the best way to make sure every panel is spotless? And the answer they landed on is a giant fuck-off duster made of Australia's favourite feathered war criminals. And it wasn't just BMW that found this out, but Audi as well. Now, Audi gets their Dino Turkey feathers from the source, shipping directly from the land down under.
¿Quieres?
Now, BMW used to do the same thing, till someone at head office had a thought. Hang on, the feathers. If we ship over 4 emus and place them in a grid, infinite feather source. And so they airdropped Australia's big birds onto a farm in Bavaria, where a small sleeper cell of Australia's most wanted resides to this day. The funny part of this to me is that BMW went so far as shipping kaiju turkeys to make the paint on their cars look good. Just for some TikToker to buy it for clout, wrap it bright purple, and then crash it into a fucking wall. This is the world's most useless fish.
You stupid.
They're not.
Yeah, mate, that aquatic pancake is a mola, found wasting its life in oceans around the world, and a contender for the most dog shit fish build in the 7 seas. You see, these things are huge, measuring at 4 meters from fin to fin, and absolutely atomizing the scales at 2,300 kilos, putting it firmly in the same weight class as a fucking F-150. There is, however, a problem with that size. That is all it's good at. It spent every available stat point on being a giant floating satellite dish at the cost of spending its life as a useless fucking punching bag. To start with, the thing can't even swim properly. Their fins, specifically their tail, is tiny compared to the rest of their body, which makes them so shit at maneuvering. The only thing they can fucking eat is jellyfish and plankton, because those don't dodge. Speaking of food, you may have noticed that in all of these photos, its mouth is open. That's because it doesn't fucking close. God has cursed the fucking thing to permanently pog. Oh, but evolution is not done fucking the sunfish yet. Because funnily enough, being the size of the average American meal, while having the defensive capabilities of a Tickle Me Elmo, makes these things perfect targets for predators. Most of the time, animals just take fucking bites out of them, realize they taste like shit, and then swim off, leaving a hole in their head, which somehow doesn't kill them.
Do you have any ibuprofen? I got a headache.
That disgusting flavour is probably due to the 50 fucking parasite species living on its body, but flavour doesn't matter to sea lions, who will rip their fucking fins off and play frisbee with them. And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, they will often swim to the surface to warm themselves up and let birds eat the parasites off of them, where they are promptly hit by a boat. Their only saving grace is that they don't process pain because their brain is the size of a testicle. They are blissfully unaware that they spend their entire fucking life getting jumped. Like that! Like that! This bird is attempting to reproduce with that man's head. But why? Well, this adorable little guy is the kakapo. And the answer to the question basically boils down to the fact it fucking sucks at being a bird.
I'm like, what is it me for?
To begin with, its wings are fucking useless. The kakapo is huge, weighing in at 4 kilos, which is 2.5 kilos heavier than any other bird in the parrot family, which is probably why the kakapo is literally the only parrot species on the fucking planet that can't fly. He is so rotund that he just hops along the ground. They also suck at reproducing. See, in order to attract a mate, male kakapo will dig a hole, plant themselves firmly in it, and then start spamming vine booms at the top of their lungs 8 hours a day for 3 months at a time. The problem is their call is very low pitched, which means that while females can feel it from miles off, they can't pinpoint where it's coming from, so they end up alone. When this happens, the defeated male f***s off and attempts to mate with a rock, or, as you saw at the beginning, a journalist's head.
You are being shagged by a rare parrot.
Now, by this point, you are probably asking yourself, how the fuck has it survived this long? And the unfortunate answer is that it really fucking hasn't. See, the reason this feathered squeaky toy has evolved the survival instincts of a crusty sock is because it is only found in New Zealand, a place that naturally has no predators. None of what I just said is a problem when you're basically playing on peaceful. Tragically, that little Union Jack in the corner of the New Zealand flag means it was colonised by the fucking British. So suddenly, there are cats, dogs, and early on, people trying to turn the poor thing into a KFC bucket, and its only defensive mechanism is standing still. Their population dropped as low as 49 birds, and they are still critically endangered to this day. Certified British Empire moment.